Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Stocks and Crypto TA live stream. It's March 1st, 2022. It's about 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just quick word of note before we start. Tonight, March 1st, about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, President Biden is going to do his first State of the Union address live on television and YouTube and news, financial news. So if you want to check out that stream, there is the White House YouTube channel in about 40 minutes. So I have that open on another screen right now. I'm not going to react to it, but it's important to know what he's going to say. I have a general idea of probably what he's going to say, but remarks. Probably going to try to calm the American people down. Okay. But for stocks and crypto, the market is still moving. Okay, why am I doing this stream? Is because when there's more volatility, the more I'll stream. Okay, when there's less volatility, the less I need to stream. So I just want to do some quick charts here for stocks and crypto, and then one of our members, no FOMO Charts Discord group member, was asking about live trading or paper trading type of thing. So what I'm going to do towards the end of this stream is some bar replay. It's a feature in TradingView where you can, the bars will actually physically replay for you. And that's how you can practice your strategy backtesting and your technical analysis. Also, if we have time, we could try to do some live trading of cryptocurrencies. Paper trading, but because the percentage moves of Bitcoin are so small, it's not really a super realistic situation. But I can show you it as an example. All right, let's get into the charts. Dow Jones, DIA. So we know that with the Russia-Ukraine war conflict, that any bearish bad news that comes out will have probably a bearish effect on the market intraday. Today we did have a overbought sell-off on the intraday. Okay. So when we get to these levels on the price, right, we start losing. This gap down was very key. The end of day, let me see. Right here, the end of Friday gap down, the Monday gap down was very telling. We were in an uptrend on the Dow Jones, on the white. We gapped down. We tried to maintain it with this cross, but again, when you have a consolidation, you just draw two lines. Support and resistance, support on the bottom, resistance on the top, and then we have a clear bear break down here. That's why we have this. Okay, it is not random. What happens in the market is not random. Okay, people need to know that. You need to know that your technical analysis chart skills can determine how well you'll do for trading and investing. Now, the only good thing that I want to point out here on Dow Jones is, well, on the 15-minute, there was a little bit of this reversal signal here in the price, coupled with our low oversold conditions, and we are a little bit shorts close their positions in the post market. So why am I not playing anything right now in stocks and crypto? Because we're about to have this President Biden State of the Union address in 35 minutes from now. Okay, so I'm taking a longer term approach. I was talking to my colleague today that the market is probably not going to base out and rebound up, reverse up until the war is over. Just logically, right? It's not going to be over until like right when that peace talk is confirmed, or Russia, Ukraine sign some kind of like negotiation and ceasefire. That's when the market's going to probably stop going down in the short term, in terms of the volatility. But if things don't go well, right, we could eventually form a death cross on our indexes, and that would be very bad. We haven't had a death cross since the start of the pandemic in 2020. Okay, so two scenarios that we're looking at. Again, these longer term swing trading investing scenarios are still playing out. You can see the downward sloping descending wedge here also in the price, in the white line. All right, so if we bear break down for several days, the downside target's somewhere around this X down here, 322, the low of the support, breaking it down, maybe even going to 310. So in this blue circle down here. Okay, but at a certain point, we need to get oversold again if it's going to crash. So I wouldn't be surprised if it crashes down to about 315 or so over time. Because if it's low, high, low, if we cannot break the high of yesterday, bears are going to short it down again. If there's bad news, right? That's a bearish scenario. If there's good news, ceasefire, peace talks, negotiations, you'll probably get a higher high eventually. Okay? So, you know, the attacks are not stopping. So that's why the bearish news is not stopping. The bearish momentum here, it's rejecting from resistance, this EMA resistance. On a lot of stocks, I'll show you it's actually rejecting from an actual resistance trend line. Long term though, there is a reversal momentum setup. Okay, so this bounce, what I'm searching for is if it's going to stop here at about 327, then we can try to uptrend. If it's going to be a V-shaped recovery type of deal like this. So as a bull, you never give up hope. Okay, even here back in early January, you had this type of kind of similar idea, right? You bounced up, you sold off, but then you found a support low and then you regained it, bounced. You actually rallied for 3-4 days straight. So we need something like that. It's probably going to fade down. If we get any good news at all, oversold conditions, a nice bounce possible. Okay. Yeah, S&P 500. We're doing longer term analysis, not day trading. So we still have, it's similar, but you can see here in the S&P, there's an actual trend line. This is what I'm talking about, intraday trend line that was a little bit broken up today, but still double topped. Okay. If we look at the price though, only shut off all the indicators is, wait a second, there could be a potential basing of support here on this, on the SPY. Okay. Cause it could be trying to back test right off of this trend line right here, back test off and try to rally. Possible, right? If we get low high, if it's going to be bearish, we're looking for a lower low, maybe down to 400, retest with this 410, 400 range, or at least the retest of the 420, 419 range down here on the bottom trend line. Once that happens, okay, we might get our bounce to 437. Intraday 1 hour though, we got a little bit oversold with this bounce. Nice move off the 382. Now all that remains to be seen is how will the market react to the State of the Union address tonight and tomorrow for the next couple days. So our support bear target would be about at least 419 to 410. The bull target 367 to 437 to 447. Okay. Take a longer term approach because there is bullish momentum building. It's only a matter of time. Will we get one more crash before the final rally, reversal rally? That's what I'm being a little bit careful right now in this zone because it's not 100% clear that we're going to go up again like it was in October. Next, QQQ. So see QQQ, NASDAQ, rejecting straight down from the resistance trend line. This is why it's important that you and us traders, we are drawing support and resistance all the time on our charts. Why? Because you can get way ahead of this and not panic when something happens. You open your phone, you don't have to panic because I already do. Oh, it's right at the resistance spot. If it's going to reject down, we're going to have a red day. Emotionally, mentally, I was prepared for that. Last week, 2 weeks ago, right? This trend line is drawable 35 days ago. This trend line, this top one. This bottom one was, you can draw this one 5 weeks ago. You could draw this bottom one, okay? So the entry on this was totally predictable and the rejection here was totally predictable. That's why you have to put a little bit of effort and work into the charts and you reap the rewards. Now, what is the most likely scenario? Okay, a pullback probably down to 333 range. If it's real bad, 319. If it's real bad, 305. Why? Because if it's in a downtrend, if it gets rejected down, it wants to make the lower low, maybe even down to 300 if it's really bad down here. If not, I've seen this pattern happen so many times on the charts, is it could bounce, but it's at a certain point when it's going to be at the bottom, it makes a higher low breakout and then reverses out of there. This is key. I'm watching this blue circle. March is critical. It's the end of this quarter. Ukraine, Russia war, conflict rages on. It's a new month as well. So there are key factors, and we're about to death cross if it keeps crashing down. So this is a very, very critical time for the stock market in March. Oh, thank you so much, Taylor, for the 350 coins. So many coins, it's a lot. My streams are seriously underrated. Thank you for all the free education. Oh, thank you so much, Taylor, for always watching and joining and donating. I wanted to do some bar replay and possibly some crypto paper trading near the end of the stream to answer your question from the previous stream. So hopefully we could hopefully I could show you that. Thank you so much. So QQQ, right, Nasdaq is looking a little worse than some of these other indexes. Okay, it's just you have to realize that if you take a step back and we don't panic, there is bullish momentum building in the market. It's going to take time, though. It's going to take weeks for us to get out of here, because on a weekly we bounced off the 100 EMA, the orange one on my screen. We bounced off the 100 EMA. You could see if we're going to crash down pandemic style, the market could crash down all the way down to this red line, the 200 EMA. That would be what? 30% down. Absolutely catastrophic for the stock market. That would mean every single stock would go down like 50%. That's extreme, right? So I'm sure we have Fed Chairman Jay Powell, his 2-day, I think it's 2 days, should be 2-day testifying speech starting tomorrow, I believe, and Thursday, right? We're going to watch out for that. So you could see how things can change in the market. We have President Biden talking today in 26 minutes, and then we have Fed Chairman Jay Powell talking for 2 days. And we have OPEC JMC oil meetings, which was today. There's a lot happening. So on the bearish side, just understand that, okay, if the market's going to bear market crash, I mean, we're going to go down 30% to 60% down on stocks. It's possible if we have nonstop bad news, okay? So just mentally in the back of your mind, just prepare yourself for that. It could happen again. But if the war and all the bad stuff happening in the war right now stops, we are starting to see a little bit of signs of possible reversal, right? There's hammer, people buying the support down here. So I'm saying it's possible. We could get the bullish turnaround and our higher low established and try to get maybe a big pattern, upside down head and shoulders, get people excited about the market again, or just a higher low stair step pattern, get out of there. Okay? But this is not real until we break out of it. Alrighty. So we have to talk about oil a little bit. We got to talk about oil. Okay, so have I seen this setup before? Yes, I have. If you've been in the crypto market, US oil is acting like Bitcoin right now. Okay, what am I talking about? I'm talking about a nonstop rally due to volatility. This particular large bullish engulfing red candle was very suspicious, but traders are saying, you know what, oil, Russia, Ukraine, volatility, uptrend, bull, buy, right? And they're just buying. Shorts are getting stopped out too. I'm sure shorts got stopped out. That's why this move was so large, the 3-day gap up. That's volatile. Okay, so let me just reiterate. I want to clarify what I said last week. So I'm not calling this as the top. This is not the top of oil. What I'm saying is eventually it'll crash. Eventually. Okay, because if you zoom out on the oil charts, okay, once you have a large rally, you can get pullbacks of -12 to -20% on oil. And just visually looking at it, it looks like it could happen once the peace talks and the Russia situation calms down. So I'm saying it's somewhere up here is going to be the top. I'm not calling it the top. Now is not the top, but soon, someday, okay? Because when it gets too overextended right there, it's going to get sold off, and then shorts and put options are going to try to crush that on the first bearish sign, right? We got a little bit of short squeeze, but it's still in the uptrend. It's still going up, okay? So shorts, be careful. That's what I'm saying. I want to clarify what I'm saying last stream. Be careful. And then if you're trying to long this thing, just also be careful because you're buying high right now. The great low spot to buy was December 2021 in the box. We caught both of these on stream, these potential setups, right? And then this happened, 43% gain. Beautiful. Just watch out. Just watch out. There is some reversal signs building, but it's going to be so fundamental news based. You want to watch out for that. On the 4 hour, there's some bearish momentum. On the 1 hour, there's a double top on the RSI. It's all bearish signs. So watch out for a gap down or something like that in the next couple of days. Natural gas. Such an ugly chart, but natural gas, so choppy. But we still can chart it. Natural gas ETF, you can see here that low to high. That low to high. Right here. And this particular high is tricky, but you want to connect at least two. So it is trying to stair step up. Like I was saying last time, watch out for the potential head and shoulders crash, but it's still riding that support level. So until natural gas, I mean, there's like another little baby head and shoulders bearish pattern that's setting up. Somebody's trying to manipulate this market a little bit on the charts. So if you want to just watch out for the support, $15. Because you notice every time it touches the support, we're bouncing up. So the third or fourth time is usually the last time in general. So if you see this happen, a breakdown in the price, breakdown, retest like that, then it's a new downtrend forming. Because on the weekly, it could be just a giant lower high. Anything below $20 is your weekly lower high, and then you could crash down to 10. So that's why the overcrowded trade, if you read any trading books, you know what I'm talking about. When there's too many longs in a trade, it's going to be a long squeeze, and then it's going to crash. Think Bitcoin, think whatever, Ethereum, right? Dogecoin. When there's too many people in the trade, there's nowhere left. There's no buyers left. There's nowhere to go but down. So be careful on oil and natural gas this year, or even this month. All right, let's do gold and silver, and then we'll go into some other stock charts that I found today. Please keep in mind that the watch list, the free watch list I gave in the Discord, that is still active, okay? That's still active. So those charts will live on. I know we had a really red day today, but again, if you're thinking long-term, 3, 6, 9 months, not a problem. If you're a day trader, it could have been a problem today. But if you're a swing trader investor, not a problem. Okay. So just want to point out that gold is rallying for the past 3 days. Still, just like oil, in its own uptrend, but it's getting a little bit overextended. When things get a little overextended, sometimes I like to pop on Bollinger Band. Once in a while, just pop on a Bollinger Band and see where are we. I like to change the colors just to something I'm more used to. I just use white. In general, right, it's not poking out of the Bollinger Band, so no problem, but it's still riding it on the way up. Do I see a potential 5-wave Elliott wave pattern? Maybe. That's what I'm saying. We want to be a little bit careful. Here's my Elliott wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it could be the 5th wave, and then we could see the ABC correction any day now. It's possible. Okay, it might not happen exactly right now, but the psychology is there. I see it on the daily chart. It's already above the EMA, so you know, if you buy gold right now, you might see a pullback all the way down to 1900. So be careful of that. We just entered our overbought condition, losing a little bit of momentum here on this day chart. We could get one more bounce. So the 4-hour chart looking like it's telling me the 1-hour chart definitely wants to come down. But 4-hour swing trades, you might get one more bounce opportunity. So on gold, it looks like short term wants to pull back, medium term maybe bounce, long term maybe go up a little bit and then pull back down. Okay, silver, same deal, but less volatile. You're starting to get that overbought range. So maybe this month you might see a little bit of a short-term top out on silver that coincides with peace talks or something, or whenever the end is going to be. 4 hours, yes. Losing a little bit of momentum on this double top. You see that on the price? Got to be sensitive to that. That's resistance. You hit that same spot in the RSI, 82. It's losing momentum. So hourly look like it's going to pull back down. Okay. Let's just look at the watch list really fast. Just really fast of what we are looking at. Just take a quick glance at earnings just to show people like what could happen on earnings. See, did Blink have his earnings? Wow, not much of a reaction on Blink. Very interesting. HP had its earnings. Yeah, there is a reaction there, 6%. Potentially actually double bottom, but then it's 4 hour. Oversold. LCID was really bad today. LCID right here, this one earnings, you don't play it on the first day because it's down -14, -18%. That's why. That's why we wait. Okay, just on these two numbers, terrible numbers. EPS, bad. Revenue, bad. So then, short. It's not going to show up on the day chart until tomorrow. So we'll just take a quick look, just quick review. Let's see, the NVAX report their earnings. Ooh, they did. Look at that, 20% volatility. That's why if you ever play earnings, it's like 10 to 20% volatility. So you don't, sometimes you just don't want to touch it at all. Terrible earnings. But let's see, what news did they actually have? Not much, that's why. Not much. I have to check that though, because we did have this post market. So there must have been something on the conference call that piqued investor interest for somebody to buy because it went up 10%. Okay, coming up, we have AMC. Nice, nice, AMC. Very good. And keep in mind, what am I looking at? I have a free watch list that I give out about stocks and crypto that are interesting on the charts. Sometimes it's a support and resistance list. Sometimes it's an earnings list. Sometimes it's low price stocks or crypto setups or economic data and news. So that's for free for anybody who wants to join the Discord. And people pay for this kind of list, but I'm going to give it out for free for a while. And keep in mind, it's swing trading and investing. I'm not talking about day trading, trying to make 10% in 1 minute. I'm talking about investing. Disciplined, experienced investors, they know the crash, that's the time you start thinking or start loading up on stocks. But for me, because of the war, I'm not going to load up on stocks until right when the peace starts. Like there needs to be peace, ceasefire, then I might be start to buy. So again, AMC on the day chart is right at the top of this resistance. Okay, so and it's in a death cross. So this is not the greatest setup. Okay, there's a triple bottom here. I played AMC on that swing and then made the money and I sold it here and then it's bounced down. We bounced up. This is still a good sign though. This just like what I'm saying in NASDAQ. What do you want is you want on your stocks, if you're a long bull, you want to see this thing crash down fine. But at a certain point, you want to find the support level. And then you want to see it make a higher low. That's it. That's the bull setup, right? For the reversals down here. Going down, then you base down and then you make a reversal. We're staring at it right in the face right now. Okay, so then that's going to affect how I trade AMC. That's going to affect how I think about AMC because it's like, wait a second, we have so much support right here at $14. So much support at 14. Great. But then there's also resistance at 20. So now it's just basing consolidation to the side, right? So bulls and bears, all they're staring at is $20, $20, and then $14. That's all. That's it. If you lose 14, you're gonna get a bear break to the downside. If you break $20 up, it's gonna be a bull break, meaning this could be a buy breakout signal. This could be a sell breakout signal. Okay. So we got the rest of them didn't happen yet, so I'm not gonna look at it right now for the sake of time. Okay, but now we go to the low priced ones stocks. This is why I put a note in the Discord that note low priced stocks could drop lower. Just because it's low priced doesn't mean it can't go down. Okay, so low could always go lower. High could always go higher, like oil. So PayPal, low could always go lower. Let's take a look at PayPal. I still have my eye on PayPal. I have my eye on PayPal. Is this the exact buy setup? No, not yet. I need to see a little bit more evidence. It could take another month or so for me to get super aggressive on PayPal and start buying a lot. But again, you have the downtrend, and we're still downtrending. There's no clear signs of an uptrend reversal yet. So it's probably going to happen within the next month right here, if we're going to do the reversal. Right, so we have a support at 95. That's our line in the sand. You have the resistance at 115. So now it's going to play between here. So what I want to watch for is maybe a double bottom setup, upside down head and shoulders, higher low setup, anything like that. I'm watching for that in the next month or two on PayPal. But from experience, I know I'm not going to buy now because there's no price setup for me on a day for swing trading. Not yet. It's building. Look at all this momentum's building. This PayPal wants to explode to the upside. It wants to retest the 135 to 150 range. So there's 20 to 30% upside on PayPal. That's why I keep staring at PayPal. Same thing with Facebook Meta. Same deal. Okay. It might have a pullback, but again, it's pulling back. But as long as we hold above the low 189, we're all good. No worries. It's when we lose 189 on a downtrend that you need to start worrying a little bit. Okay, one red day, this just pullback, so we could just ride our way out of here. I have a new list too. Let me see. Let me bring it up 1 second. It's my paper. Let me check the comments so I can make sure I don't miss any comments here. Okay, Tesla. I missed that comment. Tesla and US 100. All right, let's look at those. Tesla right here. So first thing on the day chart is where are we? We're towards the top of the resistance, just like QQQ ETF. Okie dokie. So you want to watch out for if things go bad, you could have one red day and that would confirm a triple bearish candle, evening star pattern, and that reverses down. So just watch out for that. Tesla's volatile, okay, because it's related to oil and the volatility there. And then Tesla's such a hot stock. It's an EV car. It has like 3 or 4 things going for it in terms of popularity. Elon Musk, etc. Charts, options trading, all that. It's a hot stock. But is it relatively low priced momentum wise? No, it's not. Could it go higher? Yes, it could go higher. Okay, so that's why for me in particular, when it's in the middle of no man's land, like a 4-hour daily, I'm not really going to touch that yet. I want to see a little bit more signs of direction. But in terms of the short term, day traders, they're thinking it's good enough. For them, it's good enough. You have a 15-minute up cross, and it looks like day traders just want to go higher on Tesla. That's what they want to do. So you want to watch for the break up above 890. If we break above 890, going straight to 900. You can see it's they're trying to do this, but it's right at the resistance spot in the blue circle. Okay, so if it rejects down from 883, it could make a low at 837. Alrighty, so you know, it's difficult. This is the difficulty in stocks trading, is to isolate one stock and not look at the entire market, okay? And not look at the news and stuff like that. So you have to factor in everything I'm saying. The indexes, President Biden's speech, Jay Powell, what he's going to say for 2 days, what is Russia going to do, what is Ukraine going to do, what is EU going to do, right? So just do the technical analysis and prepare for your two setups. We have to do our homework and prepare for the setups way ahead of time. Don't start working at 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Prepare now for whatever you're going to do. You're going to do a long setup. Prepare for it now. Prepare for it now. For example, if it's uptrending on this 15-minute, okay, if I happen to long at the market close right now, what's my stop loss? 1% or whatever your target is. 2%. In this example, we do a 2 to 1. 2% upside, 1% risk. So that's 865. Then the stop loss is about 1%. Let me tighten this a little bit. 1% at 856.18. So you get your numbers there. 865.15 would be a potential entry. 883 would be my exit. That could be the first order, right? And then you just play that. If you have $10,000, again, you could have a $1,000 position, and you have, or actually in this particular case, because it's so tight, you could change the numbers, right? So here's an example. I would actually use the InvestmentU position calculator, which I love so much. I have to recommend a TradingView. I have to ask TradingView if they can ever make a position size calculator inside of TradingView. That would be awesome. Like on the inside of the charts. I would love that. Or somebody's got to program that. All right. Wow, it's very bright. All right, so this is a free resource on the internet. We bring up Tesla, we get the quote, double check the price, 864.37. You have $10,000 account. Risk is 1% and your trailing stop loss. Maybe you can have a 5% on this trade. So then in terms of the stocks, you would buy 2 shares as a long. You buy 2 shares, literally 2 shares. And the position, how much money that is $1,728.74. Equity at risk is $100. Your stop price of your stop loss price is $821.15. So then you put that in there, $821.15 as a stop loss. And then, but this turns it into a swing trade, which means you have to try to get it to $955. So if you don't think it's going to go that high, right? Then you got to readjust. You say, wait, this is turning into a swing trade. Okay, if you're trying to scalp, then you change the metrics, 5% to the upside, maybe 2% to the downside. So if you do 2%, then it becomes this. You could buy 5 shares, stop price 847.08, which is basically right where I put it, close enough, right? And you put in $4,000 of your money, but that's a lot. If you're wrong, you're going to lose. Okay. So just be careful of this. The 15-minute is showing, that's the first place you can make an entry. Okay, the second place I would put an order. So the first place somebody's long entry 866. If somebody's gonna buy long, the second order is put an order at 841. Why? Because of support. Just in case it crashes down, you want to buy the bottom. So my style, my technique is I'm really good at buying the bottom of the entire day and then letting it ride up. That's just, I don't know how, I've studied the charts so much that it just happens all the time. I end up buying the exact literal bottom of the day multiple times per week. So you just want to, again, if you're trying to buy green, you don't want to buy high, you want to buy low, right? So if it crashes, you want to buy some of that. And it's a trade, and then you use the position size calculator. It takes a couple minutes to figure it out. Like what exactly are you going to do? Because you have to look at the chart, look at the position calculator, look at the chart, and be like, okay, what makes sense? What is this number right here? 841 or whatever, 863. And you have to kind of put some time and effort to it. Okay, that's how you protect yourself from making a huge mistake, because there's a sequence of events that needs to happen properly. Basically, you have to interpret the charts first and the news first, and then that's the charting part. The trading part is then you do your risk management and figure out, okay, is this even a good setup? Like, what's happening here on the charts? Where should I buy? Entry, exit? stop loss. And the reverse is true as well. Okay. So Taylor's thinking was put short term with a tight stop loss. What's my thoughts on rejecting off the bottom of the long term trend line? No, it's okay, Taylor. You do not need to program anything. That's fine. You don't need to do that. Please just focus on your own trading and investing for yourself. It's okay. I don't need a programmer to make something for me. So so like manage like focus on your portfolio is what I'm saying. The trading and charting. If you're trying to do it for real, I would recommend that. Just watch out though. Watch out because on the 15 minute, just like Dia is, you have the upside potential. There was this upside down head and shoulders, and it's up cross right now. I mean, Tesla, watch out for this thing. It wants to go up 17%. That's the literal target on the chart is telling me. It wants to go up 17%. High, low, high, low, high. It could definitely do that. It could definitely do that. So if you're a short, if you're a put, I think, Taylor, what you were saying is it going to reject off this yellow line? This one, this is the resistance on the top. Okay, because trendline support is the bottom one down here. So that's a tricky play. It's a tricky play. It's a tricky play. Okay, so again, I'm not trying to like bring anybody down. Is trading is a serious business. If somebody makes too many mistakes, they lose all their money. We can't, that's worst case scenario. Can't let that happen. Can't let that happen, right? So spend some time on the trade. And again, this is not just for Taylor, but it's for everybody. Is if you're trying to short or put, you don't want to short or put when it's so close on an up cross like this. This is a long potential setup. Okay, what will make it short and put? It needs to overextend and then reject down to the downside. So it's not really a put setup. Not now. Not now. It'll be a put setup, short setup. Remember, when you get extreme levels like way back here, this is why it was so easy back then. You were extremely too high over here, and then Elon Musk sold. Okay, so is it time to short and put Tesla now? It depends on your time frame. If you're talking short term, like a morning 5-minute 15 or something day trade, maybe, but it needs to overextend first. It needs to overextend first, and then you could probably short put it up, short and put it from up here. Okay, so it depends. But if you're trying to short put something and sell for 1 year straight, then maybe you could do it because of the death cross on the 4 hours, right? This downtrend is like, if you're like, okay, I'm going to hold the option short put, excuse me, if you're going to hold a put option for 3 months or 6 months, then you could say like, well, it's already downtrending, so maybe if it goes up a lot but then becomes down one more time to my profit target down here type of idea, like a 6-month put option. But if you're trying to scalp something, you're trying to day trade something, be very careful because it up crossed. The only way you would put short in this situation is you kind of want to copy paste the February 16th chart right in the pink right here in this pink zone. You want that setup to happen again if it's going to happen. So if you just copy paste it, see what I'm talking about? High, low, it kept going higher. And then at the certain point where it double tops, you need to wait for that evidence. It's going to take about 2 or 3 days for that. Okay, so boom, 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 up. You need to double top here, and then I would short that thing down. So not in here, not here. To be honest, the only way you would short put this is if you draw the line like that, and then resistance breaks down below 852, then you could short it. Everyone will short that, put options. So those are the two setups. That's why if you study the charts enough, you'll find the pattern and be like, wait a second. You have to be like a detective. I did this for many years alone. You know, like everyone's watching TV and movies and I would be doing charts. Like I'm a chart nerd. You have to kind of become like that, a detective, where you say, how do I know this thing is going to come down? What are the signs? If you study this enough, just the price, you'll see it. It hasn't happened yet. It's just consolidation like that. So the two numbers for tomorrow morning on Tesla is 887 on the top and then 851 on the bottom. Right here, you just play these two levels. That's it. If it breaks up above, okay, you know the day traders are going to long that and try to push it up. If it breaks down, there's your short put setup. Or if it double tops here for like 3 days straight, then and it starts losing momentum and it looks like that, then it's going to go down. Okay, so that was the short term. So remember, on the long term, Tesla is still in its, I have to erase this now. It's still in its long-term downtrend, longer term downtrend. Okay, there's a trend line. Here, it's right at that trend line on the top side. So if it's going to break out, we need it to happen like now, long setup. If I just do this like a swing trader mentality, this needs to break out and retest. So you could short put it like if it ever pops out up here on the way down like that. That would make sense. Sometimes it will short reject from here. So we need a little bit more evidence though, maybe a couple more days. And again, we have the President Biden speech minutes away. Jay Powell, Russia, oil, right? So it's a little bit more complicated right now than usual easy style or easier style. All right, so that's a lesson on technical analysis, not just for Taylor, but for everybody as well. Okay, for day trading and swing trading, because Tesla's a hot stock. Somebody else asked me, there's a breakout. Okay, I think this person has the terms mixed up. When there's a breakout of resistance, dragonfly candle, I don't use those terms. Just hold on. Oh, you're talking about that, the hangman. So, okay, well, I could answer that price candle question in the bar replay section at the end. But basically, I think this person is asking when there's a breakout in a support, at the same time you see a dragonfly candle or resistance bar, can you enter the market or what? Question. All right, that's your question is kind of the terminology is a little strange for me because are you talking about breaking out from the top? That's a different breakdown of support. So you have to re-ask the question because it's confusing. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go to some of my new stuff, new list that I was looking at today. For long setup, it's just really interesting to see this. We have Citigroup. So obviously, okay, this is a really old target. Ignore that. Obviously, we had a large rejection on the Citigroup, and what's happening is banks are taking a financial hit right now to the downside because of the war and all this stuff that's happening. So you want to be careful in the market right now. Finance sector, technology sector, once we lose those are the two titans of the stock market. If you lose those to the downside, we could be in trouble here. Okay, those are the two markers that most people use. The problem is now it's getting into this kind of oversold range, and it looks like it wants to bounce. So this could be a long setup that I found today. Okay, so I'm gonna do like 10 of these potential day trading long setups because they have a 4-hour where it's low right at support. It's been shorted down on this double top. I mean, the problem is though, if we lose the support, the yellow bar, it's going to keep crashing down for 17% to the downside, which would bring us right down to our $50 level. But this could be the first spot of a bounce at the support level. So I'm bringing this to longs, attention to longs. Potential Citigroup long entry on the 1 hour. Right here, like this week. Potential. Okay, next one, Western Union. Another financial one that I found is pulling back. This one is not as good as Citigroup. They're not super oversold or down, but on the 1 hour, it is looking like it may want a short-term bounce. Just like maybe on February 24th. Just watch out for it. I'm watching it. I'm not saying buy. I'm watching it because it's right at a cluster of support on the left side. And there is this pattern right here. So you can see if it's going to bounce up, there's 3 to 6%. And if someone's doing options long or somebody's doing just regular trading, you know, you don't always have to trade the stocks that go 50% or something like that. You don't have to always do the volatile stuff. So it's interesting. Next one that I found, Nike. Nike's been oversold for some time now. Or excuse me, trending down. There's a large gap support. So it's right at the bottom of the edge. We just lost the gap support. Nike earnings on March 21st, 3 weeks from now. But it is at a support level. Right here, support level. Right here, watch out for that. It is downtrending. It is downtrending to the downside. Downtrending to downside. Okay, but right there, see? Very, very suspicious. That's why I was like, wait a second. I froze when I saw this chart for a couple seconds ago. Wait a second. I know this setup. It's near a support zone and it's at a trend line support zone. And then on the intraday, 4 hours, 1 hour, it's getting a little bit oversold, right? So we might see a little bounce here on Nike. A little bit possible bounce on Nike. Next one, Dell Computers, Dell Technologies. But keep in mind that Dell had really bad earnings. That's why it's down. You want to be aware of this kind of stuff. It could keep crashing negative 10%. But if there's going to be a bounce, 4 hours, 1 hour, it's relatively low. Okay. The volatility for this thing, almost down 20%. So if it goes down, let's say another couple, 9% or something like that, I want to watch out for it. But at some point, it's going to extend down and bounce back up. So I'm watching this Dell. Morgan Stanley. So there's a recurring theme here, right? Ever since the war broke out and started, the finance sector got shorted down hard. Here's a perfect example. I literally X this thing. Here's a perfect example of a longer term short put. If you want a shorter put, this is like one of the setups. Is your short resistance. Where's resistance? Here. Simple strategy. Simpler strategy than trying to chase every bar that occurs in the market. Is just you find the resistance and you find the breakdown. You have a head and shoulders. Short that bad boy down. Short the stock here. And then you kind of want to start taking a profit here. You wouldn't short it now. Don't do that. It's the exact opposite setup. Exact opposite setup. It was a dirty megaphone. You had the head and shoulders. 7% to downside. We went 40%. Double the target. It's time to exit. This is why it showed up for me as a long. I'm like, wait a second. What's happening here? Ready to bounce if possible. It might be a little bounce, but 6% is still good for a trade. Easy. If it's going to go, right? What can cancel all these setups is if something bad happens in the market, then this will just crash and fail. But if something good happens, you could have an easy trade here. Get that risk reward. This one, let's say 4%, you put 2% stop loss, do the position size calculator, and you're done. All right, and then we'll speed up here, but some of the ones that have day momentum, like I said, like S&P 500, the financial ETF, a little bit. It's not oversold there, so it's not really there yet. Ford Motor is a little bit of a better spot, okay, for a potential bounce. Let's see what else is there. Intel had the bounce, but still, you want to watch out if it's going to reverse here or not. Had a downtrend out of here, so it might try to retest and then fail. Possible. JP Morgan Chase. Definitely with this double bottom here, this is set up that eventually it might bottom out and you can catch the bounce if you're a long trader. This one, let's pretend if this is the bottom for now. 4 hours, yeah, this thing looks like it wants to go up at least a little 4%. So long setups all over the place if the market is good. If the news is good. If it's bad, then every setup will be canceled. That's why we use stop loss. Small amount of capital, because you need to give some margin of error for yourself in case the trade is wrong. Uber's building right into that 618 zone. Let me see where this is from. It's the lifetime. So right into that 618 zone. So I'm expecting Uber it already it already stopped here, but stop right here at this 33, what is this, 3250 level. 3250 level is where I'm really eyeing Uber. If you lose that, then 25.19 for a potential long setup. So I might try to buy a little bit here. Uber has a nicer risk to reward, 20% to upside, 10% to downside. This is the first entry I might make at $33. Second entry, 25.39 with the proper risk management. Because you can see it's near the bottom side of the channel. It's not at the top. It's not at the top because people make the mistake. They go long at the top and short at the bottom. That's the opposite thing we're supposed to do in trading. You want to buy the bottom and sell at the top. Buy low, sell high as a long. Next one, Pfizer, like I said, very interesting chart. Interesting chart. The upward channel for 2-year channel is we're right in that support zone. And then we're starting to get oversold with some momentum building in these 4-hour, 1-hour charts. Okay. It's very suspicious to me. Pfizer, what is this thing doing? Pfizer, what are you doing? Right? So low, high, low. It might want to bounce up to the 50. So that's why as a trader, no fear. You just put the proper risk management. You do your charts well. Maybe check the fundamental news as well. But 10% target, 5%. You could do like a 3% actually. Can it go down? Of course, yes, it could go down. It could always go down more to like a 42.79 and then bounce up. But the setup is getting very close to that spot is why I'm showing it to people. So Pfizer. Next one, we have a couple more here. Well, I already showed HP, PayPal, Zoom. Maybe we'll check out eBay. eBay, not the hottest company anymore, but some people still shop on eBay. And this is kind of like an Uber setup where you have that potential 4 hours upside down and head and shoulders with liquidity support down here 49.60 right at the X. So I'm hoping it's going to hold the 53 range, then we could get a nice bounce up to the 59 range. If that's true, that would be let's do a 9% target to the upside, 3% stop loss, and that is a very completely normal trade. I'm talking about swing trading right now. So 5-minute 15 is in no man's land, so it could go any way right now. That's why I'm not biting it so aggressively. Okay, let's switch over to crypto, and then I want to try to do some bar replay and paper trading stuff. Oh, US 100. So I don't know if what time you came in. I already did the NASDAQ in the beginning of the stream, so just letting you know that. Okay, so US 100 is basically the NASDAQ. It's like NQ 100 type of deal. So it's the same thing. Is the day chart is we have the resistance up here and the support down here on your trend line and your resistance. So I don't think I have to repeat myself too many times here. It's just you want to watch out for, we do have the longer term bullish momentum building. So I'm looking for the potential, just any breakout setup. So if it's going to breakout setup, this for like for a lot of stocks, breakout, retest, not that high, but breakout, retest, and then keep going up, or a large upside down and shoulders reversal like that, or a large W like that. That's the kind of stuff you want to watch out for here. But if it doesn't, you're going straight down to where, like 13.2K, 12.8K, right? It could reject down like that, straight down to here. If not, it can go up like so. Okay, so 4 hours, 1 hour, 4 hours. 4 hours is not overbought, but it's losing a little bit of momentum, and the 1 hour is losing a little bit of momentum as well. So if it's going to get a pullback, it needs to hold above this upside down head and shoulders on the 1 hour. This could be a great target, okay? So literally what the market is trying to do is they're waiting for Biden's speech and Jay Powell. This is exactly what this chart is telling me. They're waiting for the information because it should have went up today, but it didn't. So they're waiting for more information about peace talks, about negotiation. If it's positive, watch for the breakout above 14.3K and 13.9 down here, okay? You could break out like that or rejection down. So there it is. All right, let's go to crypto. I don't want to go too long here. But just to, if you're tracking, what I'm doing is I gave like 12 new setups today, 10 or 12 new setups today. In addition to like the 40 free stock and crypto watch lists in my free Discord, okay? Because I'm trying to help people find stocks. Because people have been asking me for that. All right, let's do some crypto, and then there's something on the crypto charts on the swing trader longer term list, okay? So let's look at total. Total, okay. Literally, whenever I did my stream, what was it, 3 days ago or something? I was saying, watch out for the higher low here, and we want to go to the top of this trend line, and then that's exactly what happened. My V-chain position is up in the green, like I don't know how many percent, 12% or something like that. So I'm doing fine in crypto trading, right? That's why I gave the list of all these cryptos. What day was it? 227 on that stream. There's 10 cryptos. Almost all of them went up. Okay, so these setups are real. These setups are real. Now, what's happening with total is on the intraday, I'm expecting the pullbacks. On the intraday, like a 5-minute 15, it already started happening a little bit. There's some volatility, right? On the 1 hour, it's getting a little bit too overbought. The 4 hour, it's getting to that overbought zone. We might get one more pullback and push up on crypto market like that for the 2 trillion market cap, but it's at this resistance. It's kind of like NASDAQ. Does it make sense? It's kind of like Tesla right now, a little bit, where you downtrended, you hit this, you rejected down, but you found the support, which I highlighted very strongly last time, and then this might be our higher low. So now what needs to happen is if it's going to be the W pattern and bullish, 22% to the upside would be the target, 2.4 trillion, if it's going to go super bullish. Right here. Okay. But if it breaks down to 1.6 trillion, right? That would mean a lot of altcoins are going to take a hit down. Because it's already starting to lose a little bit of momentum right now on the hourly. It could keep going up. Okay, just never forget that because it's 1 hour up cross. It's just on some of these really short-term time frames, 1 minute, 5 minute, 15. The 1 and the 4 could pull back before we get another move up. I do want to point here that on 4 hour we did end up having a upside down head and shoulders, which is probably why technically everyone was really excited about this. 12% target, not hit that much, but it should be 1.93 trillion. Now let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin futures, exactly what's happening. The problem is now we're at a resistance. Okay, so what am I talking about? We're talking about the Bitcoin futures chart with the proper resistance and support trend lines. Also, we have the X marks a spot with this hammer candle where it hit the higher low and bounced up. This trade we were talking about, I don't know how many times I was talking about this trade. The 20% target is almost hit on the dot. This is trading. What I'm showing you right now, this is crypto swing trading. The TA, the risk management, this is it. Right? So a disciplined swing trader would basically take some 25 to 50% of their profit now as discipline, or move the stop loss below the, so this stop loss, you move it way up here to 42,000 gap support. And that ensures that you're going to lock in my profit or your profit, right? The problem is a beginner amateur would just close their eyes and say, oh, I'm just going to let it ride forever. But if it pulls back down, you just lost all the profit, the paper profits, right? So if you're swing trading, medium term active trading, you have to lock in your profits and say, even if the market comes down, I'm making money. I'm locking in the profit. You want to be a bull or bear? We do not want to be pigs. That saying of Wall Street. Pig would just hold forever and be stubborn and never do anything with their position. You want to pick what side are you on. What are you doing in the market? Okay, so I'm going to just leave this here now. I'll leave this box here. But now what's going to happen next? Okay, what it's turning into is a consolidation flag, in my opinion. Just a big, large one. You went from a downtrend to the consolidation sideways. This is exactly the type of setup that I want to see for crypto. Exactly what I want to see. Why? We study the charts. Study the charts. Why? Because back at this consolidation, all we need is good bullish news catalyst and crypto will pump. It happens all the time. Okay? You have the higher low potential, but don't be fooled by it. Don't long here out of hype and FOMO. Don't do that. If you miss the entry, there's only two spots you could buy. You could buy back down at the bottom or the midpoint somewhere at 41 or 40,000 if it's going to drop back down to that support. Buy there on the next low for crypto. But if it gets rejected down, you're going to be happy you didn't buy at this moment in time right now. The only other spot you could buy is the riskier breakout play. If it breaks out above 47K back down to 46 and it pulls and then it rallies up to 53. Right? Watch out for that. The only thing I'm warning people is watch out for the death cross on the EMA, because if the price doesn't rally enough, we're still in down bear momentum on the indicator long term. A lot of investors won't really come back until we get a golden cross again. So there's some conservative people out there like that. 1 hour we do have a golden cross, 15-minute golden cross. 4 hours not there yet, so that's why. Okay, you want to see this like a Tesla, up down, pull back, and then continue that, and then it'll up cross somewhere over here in March, mid-March. Alrighty. So again, why do I keep looking at the same chart every single week and every single day personally? Is because you want to catch the bottom like I did. Right? You find the support setup. If you miss this one, it's fine. It came back down, then you buy the support setup. No fear. You have to know what you're doing. Charts and what direction are you? Risk management. I'm in that trade, in the profit. No problem. Bitcoin dominance had a nice bounce. Uptrending here. Okay, let's just skip to the ones that I found today. I don't want to go too long unless somebody has crypto requests, but let's look at some of these I found. Look at Phantom. Phantom. It's a really, really low volume stock. Okay, so I probably shouldn't lead off with this one, but the only reason I'm looking at Phantom is there's some serious reversal momentum that's showing up on the charts for me. That's why I'm like, wait a second, what is happening here on Phantom? Because it went from a downtrend here, broke out of that triangle, but then it's a potential reversal. So Phantom, you know, if it's going to go, there might be a 20% more additional upside, because there's like this upside down head and shoulders here on the RSI. We're a little bit of bull momentum on the daily here. Weekly is not giving us any clues. 4 hours still too high. I'm saying long-term investment for like a 3-6 month, not long-term but medium term, is I'm trying to catch this upside down head and shoulders. Okay, 30%. Now we testing the neckline of here. Where's here? 175. If we break above that, then boom, there's the setup. That's what I'm saying. It's showed up for me. Whoops. Stay on the page. 30%. Beautiful. At least a 15% potential profit. So like something like that, 7% like that. Is it high? Yes, it's high. It would have been better to buy Phantom like on the day I bought VeChain over here. But I'm saying if it's going to continue bull nonstop like crypto likes to do, there's potential for Phantom. With a very small amount of capital. This one's larger. Link USD. Link. So it's still death crossed. Okay. But you can see our pattern, our low, high, low, right? So there is a little bit of reversal that I'm seeing here, that if Link wants to pop, could pop 15 to 30%. So about 20% average for a swing trader. This is not the lowest setup. You're buying after the bounce occurred here at this low. So like I said, days ago was a better spot to buy altcoins and stuff at the bottom here. Now it's kind of hanging out inside. That means intraday it's trying to upcross. 515. Yes, yes, it's happening like that. But again, losing momentum on the 1 and 4. So we could pull back down one more time on Link before we go up. But I'm saying long term for trading is you might be able to capture the bounce if it happens. But if it fails, everything I talk about right now in crypto, you would hit the lower low and then you would want to buy or try again down there. So for trading it's not really the greatest spot because you're downtrend. Okay. Was it the lowest like here? No. But could we get potential reversal? Yes. Just like May and June, July. And then you'll want to buy something eventually. Okay, we'll look at VeChain. VeChain USDT has an interesting continuation setup in the fact that, okay, it's about the 786 level, Okay, and you can see here, there's something happening on this momentum, and the weekly as well. It's not super discounted. It's not very discounted, but one of these is going to be the official bull break. Okay, so our 4 hours, look at this beautiful 4-hour upside down head and shoulders. I already bought VeChain over here. Okay, so I'm already in the green on this one. But if you're just seeing this chart for the first time now, well, maybe there might be a 25% additional upside, which is why I'm not selling my VeChain right now. But the exact entry spot for whatever you're trying to do is a little trickier here when you try to buy these breakout setups because it's already so high. Because if it's high, there's a chance that it could pull back down on you. So you have to kind of watch VeChain for a little bit. Is it going to pull back all the way down to 5 cents? Like 4,900. If there, I would buy some here for the first entry. If it fails, maybe here at 45. If it's real bad, maybe 4,000. There's 3 spots to buy VeChain. If you're really conservative, then just wait for it to crash. If it's going to crash, then wait for it and buy there. If it's going to break out, then buy the breakout. So you don't have to play everything in the middle. You can play the bigger resistance and support like that, and then play your entry accordingly to your charts. Next one, Algo. Algo, you can see it on the 4 hours. It's very similar. That's why I'm showing you. And on the day chart, it looks like the support above 6,800 is very, it's there. So I might be a little early. I might be like 2 weeks too early, but I'm telling people way ahead of time. If this is our reversal signal, we're going to want to buy in this general zone for Algo, small amount of capital. It is downtrended. It is death crossed. Yes. But if it's going to turn into another May situation like this, downtrend. So this is what I'm saying. If we copy paste this blue circle and paste it right here for the charts, you can see what I'm talking about. The potential for that to happen. But how long does it take to get from top to bottom? 6 months, 1 year for crypto. But how many percent is it? 150%. Okay, that's worth it in my opinion. We're not trying to scalp 1% for crypto because crypto is just normal trading in the USA. There's no options or futures in the USA for most people legally. So internationally, you have a much higher advantage. Excuse me, a much higher advantage. But this is what I'm saying. We might get the bounce and the pullback and then the rally. So here we might get this bounce, some kind of pullback, maybe upside down head and shoulders or W or right there. And then you're going to wish you bought some right here if this is the bottom. Okay, so I'm alerting people this way ahead of time. Next one, last two, Harmony. Problem here is we just death cross, so it's a little bit not happy, right? Not happy looking. If you wanted to buy something better back in that May, June, July when it started reversing here. So one, I'm a little bit skeptical on one, although I'm curious to see how much we will pierce in the bounce. How much are we going to pierce up on the price? 20%. Okay. Somebody could try to play this. Is it very low price? No, it's not. So this is more of a risky trade. If you buy literally today, it's going to go down. So I'm just saying this is the watch list I'm talking about. It's the watch list. But for swing trading, for crypto, the key is you want to get on the lows. Get in on a low. And then it depends on how far is it going to continue up or not. That's the key for crypto trading. Last one, ICX doing something a little suspicious to me. Little suspicious on the charts here. With this momentum building on the weekly. Okay, so this is a little dangerous, but first you have to know, is Icon ICX at the lowest price of all time? No, it's not. So first we get that out of the way. What am I talking about here for all these coins? Is a support bounce play or like a medium term bounce play. Now what could happen is low high, you can crash down lower on ICX. I would like to buy ICX anywhere down here, the lows. I would love that. But if it's going to be a support bounce, if we're going to stop here on Bitcoin and altcoins, this could be our turnaround low spot for the year. Just like stocks. That's why with stocks and crypto, you have to just know your setups and put on some risk at a good spot. Would I want to long up here at the top of the channel like I kept warning people about? No, I tried and then it didn't work. So then I stopped and waited until now. How long did that take? How much patience do we need? 3 months, 4 months? But as a trader, investor, this is what you are looking for. So Icon looking a little suspicious. Same thing with some of these other coins. Okay, Ethereum bounced up higher, but still, this is a key because you're downtrending, bounce, finding the support, and we all bought that, hopefully, right? But now what remains to be seen is, okay, are we going to turn into a giant triangle, or what is this setup? So now it's just basing. So 3050 would be our resistance, 2570 would be our support down here, right? You want to watch out for that. Okay, so that's the abbreviated stocks and crypto segment. Again, I have a free Discord group where I give a free weekly watch list. I'm streaming more often this week because of the volatility and such that's happening in the markets right now. And again, you see some of the classic technical analysis techniques and principles being applied to the charts. And that's how you increase your chances of success and profitability in your own trading and investing. Please note, this is swing trading and investing. This is not scalping or day trading live stream right now. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is, because so those are all the chart setups for now. Okay, I know oil and energy stocks are going crazy right now, but again, this is no FOMO charts, right? So if something's going crazy up all the time, it's already too late. I already bought oil back in December. Okay, so I don't need to think about oil right now as much as people trying to chase oil. So the key is, as a long, we want to buy low, sell high, and never chase. In my experience, if I chase a stock or crypto trying to make money, I will lose. Why? I'm too late on the trade. Instead of chasing, you do more like fishing style, more hunting style. Is you look for setups that are going to make the turnaround and you buy it at the low before it goes crazy high, 25, 50%. That's how you become more successful in trading. All right, so let's go ahead and do something that I've never done on stream before, per request of one of our members, is a little bit of maybe live trading, paper trading, but I want to start off with bar replay. Okay, so what is bar replay? Bar replay is a feature on TradingView up here somewhere, right here. Bar replay, which lets you visually and physically, you can rewind the chart to any spot on any time frame and then replay the speed at like 1.5 or 2 times or 0.5 speed like YouTube. You could slow it down or speed it up. And this is going to help you with your technical analysis. Okay, so this is more like a pop quiz, or this is more like a skill test for everyone watching this, okay, of how good are you at analyzing the charts without any indicators. This is how I learned. I used to do this all the time for myself. Okay, and it'll be fun to do it live a little bit here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the S&P 500 and we're going to do Bitcoin. Two examples: S&P 500 and BTC USD. So let me go ahead and turn all the indicators off. If you want to get good at technical analysis, I would highly recommend doing what we're about to do. Okay, so to start off, what I would do is S&P 500 SPY, put it on daily chart, and then bar replay back. Pick a spot. So let's bar replay all the way from the start of 2021 until the present time. We'll do 1 year of bar replay. Okay, so just basically like this on the charts. I'm gonna turn everything off. Replay, and you pick the spot you want to start from. Should be 2021. You click it and it'll erase the chart. We rewinded the chart right now. Does that make sense to everybody? And then we're gonna replay it at maybe, let's see, like half speed or something. And then go. Maybe 1 second. Okay, so in my mind, when I'm looking at this chart, it's already uptrending. We broke above the resistance level. We're up now. We need to zoom in. So this is an exercise of, do you know your price candles? You need to memorize these. You need to memorize this. What is price? What is a green bar candle? What is a red candle? What are the patterns, right? I'm going to call some of these out as we're going. We have a doji, shooting star, hanging man. It's going too fast. Then you have a bearish engulfing pattern, gap down, bearish engulfing pattern. You have an inside bar or shooting star, bearish engulfing candle, bearish, losing momentum, then bullish piercing. Okay, gap up doji candle, indecision. Oh, continuation, right? So key thing about dojis is doji doesn't always mean down. Doji means indecision. It could go either way, but we're getting uptrend confirmation here. The key is if you zoom out, we're still uptrending. Okay, so it just bounced off a relative low. Next. Inside bar, hesitating. Are we going to get a reversal to downside? I wouldn't be surprised. It's basing to the side. We got a bull break that morning. Great, but still losing momentum. So starting from here, you could feel it on the charts, right? We went up, but all of a sudden we're losing momentum. We're going sideways. So that's not really that great on the S&P 500. Let me speed it up a little bit. Then we're starting to lose. We had a gap down, a little bit of a gap down on that day, just barely. Okay, then you have a little bit topping out. See, now it's coming down. Okay, shorts and puts open their positions. Now there's a little battle there, a big short, and the shorts are saying no, downtrend, no bulls, no rejection of the bulls, 2 bearish engulfing candles to the downside. So that's how we use technical analysis, right? Just this on a day chart. So every night I would look at that and say, wait a second, what's going on here? We're going sideways. That's bad. Potential upside down head and shoulders. Short this thing. But bulls on the intraday tried to rally, but they failed. So the market is telling you the story in the candles. So as a technical analyst, a trader has to get really good at memorizing price candles and understanding what's happening. That's probably the most important foundational building block of technical analysis, not jumping to the 500 million indicators we have yet. Okay, I love TradingView. I love TradingView so much, the tools and everything here. It's one of the best charting software in the entire world. As a technical analyst, though, we need to know the price candles and the trend. Okay, So if you're like, oh, this is boring, then it's not boring, because this skill determines if you're gonna make money or not. It's that simple. So we're gonna keep going here. Okay, we had a little bit of a bull reversal. So this could have been related to news. I'll try to speed up here. But it looks like it wants to pull back. See, right there. The topping out of here in February 2021 was the key. This is tricky though. Some shorts about to get stopped out at the position, but if you're a swing trader, you know you hold that down. Then we get the reversal, okay? So now here, we would have sold. Okay, so I need to draw the picture. What I'm saying is, if someone's shorting this, you would have opened the short here, put your small stop loss and your profit target of 2%, and that's why the first bounce over here stopped. Because traders, and they know, get out of here, 2%. Then they're going to sell the rest of their position at a 4% target down here, and that's exactly what's happening in the market. Sell here, and you're done. You're done. It's that simple. And that swing trade took, what, 2 weeks? That is swing trading. Okay, and then that's why you cannot be a pig. You cannot hold and be like, oh, I don't know what's happening, or oh, let's just see what happens for fun. No, a trader lost all their profit, and now you're in the red. If you don't know what you're doing with your targets and TA, technical analysis. This one's a hard one though. Okay, this is not easy. So now an experienced professional or advanced trader would say, oh, sell at the 2%, sell at the 4%, then I'm gonna flip my position. We're on oversold conditions. Let me target a 2% or 4% on the top here with a 1% stop loss, same amount of capital, and then you play the market both ways. You could do it like that. It's very hard, but you could do it. And now this particular trade, you'll be up 5% on the trade. Probably sell some if you're a trader and just get out of there, because it's gonna come down at some point. What I'm saying is come down here. Yeah, let me make sure I'm very clear. Is if you open a position here at 369, you're already up 6% at the high. You got to take the profit before it pulls back down on you like that. Okay, still in an uptrend though. Still in an uptrend. A longer term swing trader would have held this and say, let's do a 5% target and 10% right here, and then you hit the target here on this April 14, and then you move your stop loss all the way up here, and now you're in the money for sure. Okay, it's just like that. Rally, but signs of, okay, what is this? This is an evening star pattern. It's a bearish reversal signal. It's too extended to the upside. Want to watch out for that possible bear break at some point. Again, seeing that we bounced off here at this low. Let me turn the drawings off. We bounced off of it, but it looks like it's getting too close to the top of this resistance trend line, which is a warning sign. There we go. A little bit of a battle. Then see, this is the same thing. Same thing. You have the battle. How long did that take? 2 weeks or almost 3 weeks? But still, you're consolidating to the side after a large uptrend. After here, sideways, bearish setup, short that thing down. And if you're doing the correct risk reward management, the 2% target was already met, maybe 2 or 3%, and you would have already get out of that trade if you have a small amount of capital or whatever your metrics are. For day trading, we would have already been out of there. Trying to see right at that resistance, getting rejected at the resistance. Ooh, we got a bull break up, but nope. It's so choppy, right? But still, what's the long-term trend? It's still uptrend. So it's not surprising that every time we pull back, it keeps going up. Okay, back in 2021, you remember that? So again, this is why if your TA skills, if your price action interpretation skills are not very strong, this is why you're going to have a very hard time in the market. The indicators will help the price analysis. But again, we have our bounce up. We're getting too close to this resistance trend line. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bear break to the downside at some point. With that low, Bulls trying to say, no, we're going to go higher. We're going to go higher. And we ended up going higher to the resistance. Then we started getting a short. One more rally attempt. Okay. So here is what I'm saying is just doing price analysis is like old school style. It's like before computers were born, right? There is a reason why you need indicators. Because you need to figure out the other 10 to 20% of your analysis, not just price candles, okay, is where is the general spot where we might top out and lose momentum, okay? That's what you want to think about. So I'm trying to cater to multiple people. If you're a day trader, I'm summarizing the moves of the day, right? Like if you're long. But for like me as a swing trader, I'm not flipping positions that fast. As example, if I see this in the market way back here at like a May area, I would have done a much larger stop loss, like a 3%, try to target my 6%. And then once I'm in this zone, then I move my stop loss here, and I actually might have held the position until now. Once it gets up here, you lose some volumes. Like, I want to start taking some profit off the table as a swing trader. You know, you can let it ride in the position, but you want to be moving it. Your stop loss is up. My stop loss used to be down here, then I move it up. Once it pivots off here, I'm going to move it here. Once we're up here, I'll move it here. We go up again, great. Move it, keep moving it up. Lock your profit in. A pig would leave their position alone and just close their eyes and not know what's going on. And then at a certain point, we're going to have a huge market crash. You'll see later. Getting close to the resistance. Right there. See that? Right here. This part. The gap down, hit the oversold. Conditions most likely on the intraday. Yep. And then we bounced up from that. Okay. So what the general problem I see people doing is they'll try to long. So what happens is this: if you're not actively doing charting and preparing your work and knowing what's going on in the market, is you're going to a trader will probably come in too late, an amateur trader. So this is what I'm saying is, if you see this happen on the charts and you're like, oh, it's going up for 5-6 days, it's green. Or you open your phone, everything's green. Wow, fantastic. I want to buy. You might accidentally buy the top. And then this particular trade would have crashed down -5% on you. If we're using the same amount of capital, you would have lost 6 months of profit doing that mistake. A trader, right? That's why we cannot have bad TA. Technical analysis, your skills have to be very good. The correct spot to long is here, down here. Off of this hammer candle low, off the oversold conditions, off a support level bounce, somewhere down here. Then you're in the green. For now. This was some serious volatility though. So as a trader right here, if I long this green candle, you'll see here, my target 2% was on this day. I need to sell. I need to sell. Don't get greedy. Right up here, I need to sell. I need to sell. What happened? People sold right here, and then all the stop losses got obliterated to the downside. That's what happens in the market. Then we have some serious support bounce, but still the target from here, 2% was met, and then the shorts attacked again. Okay, so the market is not random. All right, then I'll explain my my big Apple trade. Here now, if we zoom out on the charts, we have not hit this bottom trend line for a long time. So the example I showed you is we were riding this upper trend line. I should have drawn that for you guys, but it would have been easier to do TA. You draw a little bit, it hit the bottom trend line 1, 2, 3, 4 times. That's why traders kept buying the dip right there. Kept buying the dip. But we have a big piercing to the downside of a 2-year trend line support. That's why even like Bitcoin, I knew time to maybe buy some right now. Like Bitcoin. Here I bought Apple right off this low. S&P 500. Why? Upside down head and shoulders. That's all I need to know. Right there. Boom. S&P upside down head and shoulders. I did it live. I remember TradingView. Somebody was watching. A moderator was watching on that day. I remember that stream still. 3% right here. 3% breakout. My targets were 450. 6% breakout to the top of this resistance, 464. So this is where, if you missed all of this, okay, if you're hardcore no FOMO, then you just don't touch any of this because it's too high for you. If you're a disciplined trader, I didn't trade every single trade of this move up, but when I found this potential bullish reversal pattern, I went big right here. Big trades on Apple. Right off the low right here on October. September, late September, early October. Right there. These two spots went long, big. And then what happened in the market? We kept rallying off that support bounce. Okay, so we went from the bottom of the channel to the top of the channel in what? 1 month. Huge move. We went from the bottom of the channel to the top of the channel 1 month. Previously, we went from top of the channel to the bottom of the channel. How long did that take? 1 month. So swing trading takes a long time. Okay, we're not talking about making money in 5 seconds. 10% move if you did options, if you did futures trading, which is very advanced. But if you just did regular trading, 10% on the S&P is a huge move. That's 1 year's gain in 30 days, calendar days. Absolutely phenomenal gains. All right, is this making sense to you guys? Is this making sense? Let me know. It suddenly went super quiet in every single chat room. So let me just take a break here. I know I talked a lot right now. So just let me know. Is this helping you guys in some way? Maybe we'll switch over to crypto. One thing I do want to point out is usually I actively draw. I was not actively drawing on this chart. But for instance, in this particular rally here, how I would know we're bouncing up is you draw your resistances. Usually you see me draw resistances right on my streams. Right here, there's resistance here, support here, or resistance here. I'll draw a little better. Resistance here, support, resistance, support, resistance, support. So you'll see that once we have a breakout, the market will go up. Right there, see that? Breakout, uptrend. And then when you lose the support on the downside, the shorts will attack. But then it came back down to the previous level of support right here on this left side. You see that? And then we bounce up again. So it's just like you have to play your support resistance levels and trend. That's the three. That's the three foundational pillars of technical analysis: support, resistance, trend, and then price patterns like the candles. That's what technical analysis is, and then volume in there as well. There's clues in the volume. That's a little bit too more intermediate advanced. Okay. Okay. Taylor has a question. Thank you so much. This education is so helpful. Please let me know if there's a way you can get or be more active or involved in this community. I'm really interested. Thank you so much, Taylor. I really appreciate that comment, positive comment. And I think right now, it would be great if people just maybe just try for now, because I don't really need like assistance right now in this time. I think I will need assistance later though. Like if the group gets super huge or something, like if we have 1,000 followers or something, then I'm probably gonna need help later, to be honest. I can't do everything by myself. But right now, because we have 100 people in the Discord, which is phenomenal. I have to do a celebration stream for that one day. And then we have 500 followers on TradingView. We're growing. you know, and I'm trying to provide value and education that is not taught in school. And some people, what I just showed you right now, like people might pay $500 to $1,000 seminar for what I'm talked about right now, just off the cuff, right? So I'm trying to provide real value to people because when I started, nobody taught me anything. It was really hard. So I'm trying to help people out there. So for now, thank you so much for the interest. I might need assistance someday later, in the future. I think the primary focus for anybody watching this or following right now is just try to absorb all the education possible. Because we need to become in my opinion, we need to become a community of good technical analysts, chartists, and traders and investors. So I'm not really concerned about growing to 1 million followers. I'm concerned about being good at charting and trading, and for you guys to be good at charting and trading. That's my primary goal. That's it. Eventually there will be a paid section. Eventually there'll be paid chart setups and stuff like that. Eventually there might be a course. Eventually there might be more tutorials and stuff in the future. But right now it's all about, are we good? Am I good at charting and trading? I'm pointing at myself right now in my room. Am I good at charting or trading, or can I improve? I want to improve. So that's why I just want everybody to improve. And once you improve, you start making more money in the market on a more consistent basis instead of like one lucky time. It's like consistent. But for swing trading, how did I know this is going to happen? I studied the charts, right? This trend line resistance was drawn here for 1 year straight. Or the bottom one at least. This bottom trend line was available for 1 year. So that's why you have to put in a little bit of work on the charts and then save it. Oh, thank you so much, Andrew Torg. Where's the best place? Here's a question here on TradingView. Where's the best place to research and learn intermediate to advanced TA skills? For intermediate advanced, I would say TradingView is good. There's a lot of good analysts and traders on TradingView. YouTube, Google, there's books as well. Steve Neeson, I studied that a lot too. I studied a lot of Steve Neeson, Japanese candlestick. That's why I know it, because I learned from him. So he's a master. So you have to, if somebody wants to learn price candles, it's Steve Neeson. Okay, let me just type the Steve Neeson, Japanese candlestick chart books for price candle knowledge and analysis. Okay, you have to realize that Steve Neeson, why I respect him so much, is he's the guy almost single-handedly with his partner, translation partner, whoever that was, he brought Japanese candlesticks to America in the 80s and 70s and 80s. I believe is the 80s, 1980s. It was him. The reason why this candlestick is like this is because of him. That's why. So I studied it a lot. There's a reason why we don't use line charts anymore, because line charts, it's just the open close. The candles, you get open high, low, close. You get the stick right here, the candle body wick, or the shadows, like he would say. Right? You have the shadows on the top and the bottom, the open and the close. You have the shadow on the top and bottom, the open and the close on this green candle. So you have to learn how to interpret that. Gap down, you call that a window. I study a lot of Steve Neeson on my own free time. But, you know, even if we have knowledge, you need to apply it. We need to apply it on the charts and to your own account so you can like make money, basically. That's what traders try to do. Thank you so much, Jimmy A, for the positive comment. Says you're great, man. Thanks for these streams. Thanks so much for watching and joining. I'm trying to give back to community with some chart setups and some education for now. for free. So let's keep going here, and then we'll switch over to Bitcoin trading. This will be more like day trading stuff. But also to finish Andrew's question, for intermediate advanced is you have to get a lockdown on like these kinds of topics. So technical analysis. So price. Yeah, I'll write it big on the screen here. Let's go 32 font. Price, volume, support, resistance, trend, price candles, price patterns for the charts. This is the kind of stuff. Let me put on the black side. This is what we need to do. Technical analysis. We're analyzing. What are we even doing here? Analyzing price, analyzing volume, support and resistance, trend. I should put trend lines in there. It's the price trend. And then the actual trend lines. So if somebody does not know any of this, this is what we need to, a trader needs to know this. If you don't know this, you're probably having the hardest time right now in trading. Once you learn this, the percentages of success go up as you get better. If you're starting off day one and a trader does not know any of this, then your chance of success is like, I don't know, 1% or 5% or 10%. It's just basically random. But how do you get to 60, 70% profitability is you need to master this. From the basics to intermediate to advanced. I still study this. I still practice this on a weekly or daily basis. Okay? So there's a lot of books out there. If you just type technical analysis books on Google, I probably read most of them, if not a lot of them. Okay? So there's a lot of background education that I'm studying that you're not seeing on the charts. I mean, you're not seeing me like do physically, but that's what I did for many years. So this is something you want to focus on. And then, you know, there's like let's add one. Then there's TradingView, right? So I love TradingView. TradingView has changed so much for the better. They added so many features and improved so much. It's literally one of the best, if not the best, charting service available on earth. So TradingView is wonderful. So what does TradingView have? They have tools. They have indicators. They have some strategies. Sometimes they have the public. There's so much in the public library. I don't know how many. So I spent so much time exploring the public library on a Saturday. I became an indicators nerd. I tried almost all of them, like the top. I remember one time I'm like, I want to try the top 100 public library indicators. What is it? And I did it. So, you know, that's available here. Public library. There's paper trading. If you're into coding, there's Pine Editor. I know a little bit of coding, Pine Editor, right? There's screeners. There's the social, you know, there's ideas. There's the social community. There's so much here at TradingView that if you combine both of these, technical analysis, you study it with TradingView, that's a winning combination right there. It's a winning combo. And then here, you actually, I'm just going to add this on the bottom, risk management. You know, that's the other half of trading. Risk management, entry, stop loss, profit target, exit. Right? This is it. This is basically the combination of charting and trading. This is all you need to know right here. For beginner to intermediate advanced, if you master everything on this screen, you're probably going to be in very, very good shape. And then it's a matter of your personality, your emotional control, and such, like your health, your mental health, your physical health, those factors into. Okay. Now it's getting too little preachy. It's getting too educational. So let's move on. Taylor asked a question, do I have any TV TradingView indicator recommendations? Well, the starting ones, which I consider just like every, that's in every technical analysis package, is you have moving averages and your oscillators. So probably the four easy ones, like let me pull up an empty template. Empty. Let me erase this one. This was a strategy backtesting thing I was doing some random day. So okay, so obviously the volume, that's the indicator, okay? But then here on TradingView, around the technicals, come in here, you type in moving average, the regular one. Okay, don't just ignore all the ones I've saved just because I like to explore stuff. But moving average, that's what you need, the basic one. MA from TradingView, that's the one. And right here, okay? And then you can get one or you can put two, right? If you look on Google and TradingView and YouTube, you could just if you look at people what they're doing, they're usually using the same. Everyone's using the same thing, basically. So it's not just about like, oh, I have some kind of secret weapon or anything. It's like, no, it's everyone's using the same tools. It's like garage tools, right? Everybody has a hammer or a screwdriver or a wrench. And in my kitchen, I have the same thing. Everyone has a fork or spoon. You have I don't know, I have a frying pan, I have a pot, right? It's just like everyone has the same tools. But how good am I at those tools? What can I do with those tools? It's not about the tools for what I learned is it's not about the tools so much, it's about the knowledge and the skills, the ability. So a pro chef can come into my house, into my kitchen with ingredients and make the best food ever, right? I can try to do it, but I can't, right? Because I'm not a professional chef. Same thing, like a professional construction person could come into my garage and with my tools and build something or fix something, right? Whereas if I pick up the hammer and the screwdriver, I can't do that because I'm not a construction professional. Same thing with TradingView and trading is everyone has the exact same tools. Everybody. But the difference is the knowledge, the skills, the experience, the ability. It's the difference. So why am I showing you bar replay and why am I about to show you paper trading at the last 10 or 15 minutes? Is because these are the practice tools where you gain the knowledge, experience, skill, and ability. I spent so much time paper trading on for crypto and stocks. I spent so much time looking up indicators. What is this thing? I looked it up on Google myself. What is Fibonacci? What is this? What is trend line? What is support resistance? What is RSI? What is MACD? I studied it. I basically told myself, I'm like, if I went to college, if there was a University of Technical Analysis, what would they teach? And then I bought all the books and I studied myself. I created a course for myself. So like that, I'm a TA indicators nerd. I don't know why. It's just it just like I just understand it for some reason. I just get it. It's kind of strange. I guess there's a quick side note here is that when I was young too, I was very observational. So I remember people telling me that is I learn fast and I'm very observational. So that's why for me, when I look at charts, it kind of like fits my personality and my skill set well. I like analyzing things. So stock price, it just comes naturally to me. And, learning new things like indicators is kind of interesting to me. That's a hobby. The indicator stuff. Because you don't want to fall in love with like, I don't love stock trading. Do you know what I mean? I don't love stock trading. It's just like it's it's a job. Okay, so it's a difference. I try to treat it like a professional job. It is my job. So, but the nerding out stuff I do about indicators and stuff, I'm saying that's kind of like my hobby. But it's part of my job too. Okay, let's get back on track here. Sorry, I went on a ramble speech, but hopefully somebody picks something out from there. But where are we right here? On the resistance trend line on the top side, right? Right here, it's right at the resistance. Oh no. We went from the bottom of this support trend line to the top of this resistance trend line. So there's a high chance it's going to stop here and then I need to short that thing down. Let's see. Pull back, the attempted lower high, double top, sideways consolidation, doomsday, right? So just right there, knowing TA, how long did that take? It's a little sketchy on this next higher high up here. Hold on. Right here is 30 days. Okay, so swing trading, this S&P 500 happens in 30-day moves on a monthly basis or quarterly basis. Makes sense to me. I'm not going to fight it. It's just showing up on the charts multiple times. Keep going. Remember this? Bounce off the support. So here we go. We knew this is the resistance trend line. I remember saying this on stream a long time ago in November. We're at the resistance trend line. Watch out for the break. And I think I wrote an idea about this in December and November. Okay, so we hit the support again, and then we bounced off that. Swing traders, this is textbook swing trading. Nothing hard about this. The only hard part is the emotional control. So let me play the short side first. If it's short, okay, we hit the resistance right here on the shooting star. Maybe the break of this candle on the downside. My 1% stop loss, which is up here at 470. 2% to 3% target to the downside. We hit that perfectly, and then I close the trade. I'm out of there. Either as a swing trader or a day trader, because S&P 500 doesn't move that much. That's why it's only 2% profit, but still good. Then once we hit the support on the downside here, I know, okay, well, we just had this blue circle set up and it looks like it's exactly about to happen again. So I'm going to go long, close my position as an active swing trader, and then go long with the 1 to 2% formula. And I'm already in the green. I move my stop loss to the gray line, 464.39. It bounced. It's okay. So then right here, you can see traders they know, get out. It bounced right off that perfect line 2 times. You have to get out of there. Get out of there. Day traders pumping it up. And then we have one more time here. This is what I'm talking about. Might be happening right now. What am I saying? This particular setup, this particular setup and this particular setup is what I'm curious about. Is it happening right now? Like on Bitcoin, oil, this looks just like oil. You had the pullback down. This is that December right here on that day of the stream. It's the higher low bounce. If we bounce off that, this is actually Morningstar triple candle pattern, Japanese candles, going up. Higher low established, Morningstar, we're going up. So your TA skills have to be that good. Or not that good, but good enough to where you come on you open the chart and you say, oh, there's something here. Interesting. And then you might want to long that. What is this? Okay, Morningstar pattern, higher low. Okay, there's a chance that this thing's going up. So on this day, I might have bought some, or if you missed that day, you could buy here, or even the third candle, because it's a strong pattern. Off the support level, 1% downside risk, 2% capital, for example. And then how many trades do we do? Like 6. Then it hits the resistance, and then what do you think? What do we think might happen? It might pull back at least a little bit down to where 471, 4. That's why I give you the support resistance, because I have the target. Where is it going to go? 470.82, 468.26. Maybe long. Okay, right there. Right there. Hit the target. If you shorted that, you made the profit, you're out. That day. 1 day profit. Easy. Okay, we don't need to go crazy about this. So I'll do this another time as well. But bar replay, I'm telling you guys, bar replay is the secret weapon of TradingView that I feel like nobody talks about that much. because you just rewind the charts and then you put your indicator up, or I would start with no indicator. I would start like this, right? I would start like this and just get good. Look at Tesla, rewind Apple, rewind Amazon, rewind whatever you're looking at, Bitcoin. Practice, study. And you could do for stocks, this is the free way of how you could do like paper trading for investing is you rewind it and be like, what if I put $10,000 on this right here? And then where would you start doing it? Entry, exit, profit target, 4%, $400 profit, 6%, $600 profit. This is easy. This is easy. Or you can scale it up. If you have a $100,000 account, just $4,000, $6,000 profit. This is what I'm talking about. Sometimes you go big in the market. Sometimes you go big. And then just to close things off here, you have another resistance, and then this is actually a very good last segment part we can end on. Is we know just from history we crashed down, so I should study this and figure out why did we crash here on the charts? Because I know we crashed. Why? Right? What were the signs and the signals? Why? Well, first, the top was, okay, we hit the resistance for the second time. We can't keep doing this forever. Support to resistance. At a certain time, it's going to fail. Like this one, it fails at a certain time. So, boom, here, okay, rejection. You had the consolidation to the sideways, the bear break of this 474, downside, one more attempt. We tried. I remember in the stream, we tried. Bounced up, and then once we lose that support level 461, done. So the market is in for a lot of pain. Federal Reserve tapering. Earnings season. This is start of earnings season, right? So there's more to the charts than just meets the eye. Head and shoulders. Bearish reversal pattern, right? There's like 5 signals screaming at me that, okay, we're going down. I want to get out. Close my long positions. I should have shorted a little harder down here, but that's fine. And then we made a pivot point. We bounced up. Okay, now you can see the trend of uptrend to sideways to downtrend. So I'm not as long playing this as aggressive. And then we hit this double top. Remember this trade? I think I told you guys. I bought down here on the support level, and then I held here, sold some here, and then once here I sold everything because double top, that's bearish. You get out of there. And when you see that in the market, that's bearish usually. And what was the downside target? 2% to the downside, which is this gray line area or this blue line. Let's see if it hits that target. Bounced off of it, but then we hit downside target. And then this is just recently what happened right now in March, right? Bounce up off the lows, retest of and now everything's done, okay? So you can see here how the bar replay is extremely powerful tool for studying, okay? And if you're like, oh, I know this already, it's like, well, if a trader knows it, they should be trading it and making money off of it, right? So if you're a beginner watching the stream at some time in the future and you're like, oh, I don't know any of this, it's like, well, okay, then we kind of know where we need to start for trading, right? Or investing for TA. If you want to jump straight into all the TradingView goodness, feel free. TradingView is a wonderful place to be for TA. I would highly encourage, though, to bar replay as much as you can. You could bar replay a 1-hour chart, a 5-minute, 15, 4-hour, a weekly, whatever time frame you want. You have to set it up correctly before you start. But you could bar replay it. Okay? All right. Well, I went way over, and I probably overloaded people with education knowledge today. So we went 2 hours today. You guys let me know, okay? Do you want me to do some paper trading examples or should we stop here for today? You guys let me know, okay? Thanks so much for watching and joining. I am streaming live on TradingView, YouTube, Twitch. We have a free Discord group right now where I give a free watch list of some stocks and cryptos that might move. And basically on the last watch list, almost every single crypto that I wrote about went up. And I do want to point out too on the stocks, many of the stocks went up too. Fuel cell, we'll just take a quick glance of what so I can prove it to you. Fuel cell went up. Plug power went up from right here. It went 13%. What else went up? Unfortunately, the MJ stocks went down. Okay, the MJ stocks went down, unfortunately. But you know, EV makes sense, Tesla, NEO, all that stuff because it was bouncing off that low and now we're pulling back from it. Okay, so the watch list I give to everyone for free does not mean buy all of those. No way. It doesn't mean buy all of those. It means watch them because one of them, at least one or some of them are going to move. And we had that 10% bounce on stocks and crypto one day. Sometimes it's swing trading. Sometimes I'll find a setup one day before and it goes like 50% or 20%. That's swing trading. All right, so it looks like nobody's asking for the paper trading. I might do that some other stream. So I think it's a good place to call it for today. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching, following, and joining, supporting, and donating. Welcome to the community here at TradingView and No FOMO Charts Discord group as well. And again, you know, TradingView has so many tools. The paper trading's down here for next time. You connect it here. Let's just at least turn it on. You connect, and now it's on. Literally, it's 2 clicks. 2 clicks. You have to reset the balance here. Where is the setting? It keeps changing. Here we go. You have to click this. Now it's over here now. So you click here, and you have to get your settings set up. I'll just let you guys know the settings, and then you could try like on your own for fun if you want. I'll do it next time. But you reset the paper trading account, how much money you want to put in here. You can put the size of your account. For some people, it's $10,000. Some people, it's $1,000, right? Some people, it's $10,000. But for a lot of educational examples, they use 10,000 or 100,000 just so you have a big, nice number. Then you have to put your commission settings in here, right? Because Binance and Coinbase, you have crypto commissions. You got to put that in there. I put that in there. That's why I don't trade crypto anymore because of commissions. Trading settings, and then this is just all the stuff you want to show up on the chart. Like, do you want the buy sell button? Do you want, for a beginner, just turn everything on? And then now it's here, right? So if I wanted to pretend paper trade NEO for whatever reason, stock is this. You right click, you're like this. All right, so I want to buy order on the limit. By the ask, what's the price right now? 21.87 on the close. 21.87. And this is where you have to use the position calculator. This is a great final example because this is how you swing trade, right? Just pretend. This just not a real example. But I'm saying, hey, let me do a better stock. Let me do like Tesla. Okay, so if you're thinking, all right, I think Tesla, based upon the charts, is we're going to reverse up here and bounce off of this low for the next 6 months. Okay, if that's your analysis, all right. We could put a 5% right here, the 10% target. This is not the greatest spot to buy. I would not really buy here. But for example's sake, you want to buy limit order. All right, you buy the ask 865. Okay, how many? From the position calculator that we did, it's gone now. But we know, let me just bring it up. I don't want to mess people up here. We know it's only 1 or 2 shares. But I want to write it out for you again. And if you're thinking, oh, this is too much work, this is so boring, it's like, no. This, oh, here it is. This is exactly what separates amateurs from experienced to advanced people. You got to push through it. Push through it to do it right. So the ask is actually 864.37 price. Now, if you have a $10,000 account, again, you're risking 1% of your account, but we have a 5% stop loss. I can buy 2 shares. 2 shares. Stop price 821. 2 shares. I'm gonna come in here into my broker, 2 shares. Okay, profit target, where is that? It is 10%, so 957.05. 957.05. Stop loss down here. Where was it again? 817-ish. Or sorry, 821. You want to be exact with the stop loss. Don't estimate it. Just calculate it. So basically 820. And these are just, you want the order to last for a day, a week, a month, or good till, it should be GTC, good till canceled. And then this is the order. See, the trade value is $1,728. I am not putting in $90,000 to the trade. Okay, that's gambling style. That's no risk management. That is, you're about to lose your account in one trade. You can't do that. Cannot do it. So for this example, I actually increased it to 20 because then this is the actual real percent for if you have a $100,000 account. Then you put the buy order. That's how you swing trade. OCO order. That's how you do it. But the spot you buy, if you look at this example, we bought here at 864, the entry, the stop loss down here, and the take profit up here. But if you're a technical analyst, it's like, why would I buy here, right? That you have to ask yourself that question first. Is this even a good buy spot on the charts? For a long? Not really. No, I would not buy here personally, right? So this is how you separate yourself from amateurs who are randomly buying stuff based upon news and hype and FOMO, versus you have a real strategy or you have a real process, a system that you do, because it would have been better to buy here like when I bought Roblox and Roku and then I sold it 2 days later, right? I completed that swing trade making on those stocks like 10 to 12%. I'm out. I'm not going to long here in the middle of the neutral zone in no man's land. No, thank you. I've learned so many times the hard way to not do that. Okay? So even if you do, this is a key lesson, and then we're going to end here after this, is just even if you do the risk management, you still have to do the charting correctly, okay? So the left half of your brain, or like half of your brain, is about charting. Then the other half is about risk management. But you need to succeed, you need to be good at both. I would say it takes years of study and practice to get good at it. Okay, you're not going to probably get good at it in 2 days or 2 weeks or 2 months. It takes years. Because to become a portfolio manager, you have to study like 5 or 7 years to even take the test to become a portfolio manager. That's who we're fighting against in the market. We are trading and investing against people who have 10 years experience, minimum, at Wall Street. So again, even if you have the risk management all properly done, squared, tidied away perfectly, if you buy at the wrong spot, you'll just lose money, right? And if you repeat that 10 times, you lost your whole account. Or excuse me, if you do it like 100 times wrong, or if you have no risk management and you're wrong 4 or 5 times, you just lost 80% of your money, you're done. Game over, bankrupt. So that's why I tell people every stream, we need to be extremely well-versed knowledge-wise on technical analysis and your skills. The stock market is not a place to be like loosey-goosey with your money, meaning just throwing money all around. Because 95% of traders lose some or all their money in 1 year. And then 90+% of traders or something, they quit after 3 years because it's too hard or they lost all their money. All right, so how do you not become the statistic in the graveyard of statistics of fallen traders? Is your TA skills, and then the risk management. So charting first, trading second, skill-wise, or at least 50-50. Okay, everybody? So I just dropped so much information that it's probably information overload. So, I'll sprinkle in some of the same information on the other streams in the future. It's just we had a couple people in our community ask about entry exits and like examples and stuff. So I hear you guys. I hear everybody. It's just how am I going to do it on the stream? So we'll close it out here. Thanks so much for watching and joining. If you want to join the free Discord group, go ahead and do so. Got free watches going on. And if you want to follow and support on TradingView, YouTube, and Twitch, if you want to donate to support the stream and the group, that's highly appreciated to keep the streams going, all the ideas flowing for the charts. Hope you have a nice week. Remember, if it's volatile, you do not have to do anything, okay? Like if the market is too volatile and hard right now, you don't have to do anything right now. Nobody's forcing you. As a trader or investor, you don't have to do anything. So please remember that. All right, hope you have a nice week. See you next time. Thank you. Bye.